We are Housing Habits with the Annie Zimmerman team, and I am Annie Zimmerman. If you didn't know us already, our real estate team specializes in helping 55 plus buyers and sellers in Lancaster, Lebanon, and Berks County, Pennsylvania. In this video, I wanted to explain what taking an in-person tour with my team involves and when the best time to visit will be. First, I'd like to explain the benefits of taking a tour with us in the first place. You may be one of our many buyers who are just starting out their search. Hopefully, once you got in touch with us, you allowed us to provide you with the materials we've prepared to help you fill in the blanks that you cannot always find online. Availability, taxes, monthly fees, what activities there are, and all of those other elements about a community that are important to your decision-making process. We're happy to help you during this research process, regardless of how long it takes. But we all know some homes or communities look great on paper until you visit them in person. And do you really want to wait until you are ready to make a decision to learn which communities are going to work for you? We sincerely believe that the earlier you make your first community tour, the more you are setting yourself up for success. We find our buyers who visit at least a year or two before they are ready to make a decision are able to add more clarity and focus to their search early on, creating less stress and a more satisfying experience when they are ready to move. Visiting early also helps get an edge on the competitive market. It is much harder to act quickly on a listing that came up in your favorite community when you haven't even visited yet. While you are out on a tour with James, you will get to know the area better. You will get to learn about the communities while you are standing in them and to see the clubhouses and maybe even meet the residents. You will also get to talk over the moving process, financing, what your reasons are for moving, and all of the other concerns you might have in the beginning of the process. After your tour, our goal is that you will feel more comfortable that you have a real estate team who understands your needs and who will be with you throughout the process. You will understand more about how to make this move happen. And better yet, you'll have a good idea of if this area has what you are looking for. To give you more details about what to expect, James and I sat down one day to discuss more about what your tour with us entails.
So Annie, I've decided Lancaster is of interest to me to retire. What should I do to set up a community tour?
All right, so the first thing that I find the most helpful when I'm helping people set up a tour is I love it when you can decide what your top 3 must-haves are for a home. So having that top 3 can really help us prioritize what communities are the most important. We can make recommendations. You, of course, can always choose your favorites. So you can always tell us what you want to see first, and we can kind of work together on that. The other thing to think about before you come is where you're going to stay. You are more than welcome to stay in a hotel. We can give you some hotel recommendations for which ones are going to be the closest to the communities or to our office, wherever we decide to meet first. There's also Airbnb options in the area that we can recommend. And there also is one community that offers a stay and play option where you can stay for free in the community. There's no obligation to even get more information about that community while you're here, but they do give you access to the clubhouse and they do give you the opportunity to explore that specific community. So if you want more information, ask us and we can give you information about that. Some of this stuff does require us to make an appointment. A lot of the communities, we want to have a resident there to let us in. So some of it does take some preparation. We do like to stay flexible and on the fly, when you're on the tour, but some of the stuff does require some setup. So some communication from you about what you expect from us and what you want to prioritize does help. And we'll always ask you that beforehand too. So James, now it's your turn. What can buyers expect when they are taking a tour with you?
So on the day of, once you've already talked with Annie and had your appointment confirmation set, normally a day during the week, we're going to take some time. I'm going to pick you up or you can follow me around. I do always recommend that you do take a drive with me. It gives you a chance to get from behind the wheel and just watch and keep an eye out of the surrounding towns and areas around these communities, because you're not just buying into a community. You want to be in a place that, you know, you're happy. You're not just going to spend all your time in your home.
We don't really want you like stressing out, worrying about like following a car and missing the turn and a buggy getting in front of you while you're driving around. It's nice to be able to just sit in the passenger seat with James, let him take over the area that he's very familiar with, and you can just kind of let loose and take in the scenery.
And oftentimes we're going to get to see some listings, maybe some model homes, depending on if you're considering new construction. We do have access to a lot of the clubhouses, either by key or code, but a handful we do need a resident, like Annie said, so they do need a little more preparation. As you know, another benefit of being able to be in the car with me is often these tours will change on the fly. As we're getting to know each other better, as you're telling me more about yourself, it's very possible that we're going to pick a different community and it's going to work out better. And it's definitely good that we remain flexible and are able to make those changes so you are able to make the most of your visit here.
So one of the things we want you to keep in mind when you're taking a tour, we really highly encourage you to take it early in the process, just whenever you find time to visit. That taking a tour of the area is going to be really, really helpful to you to make your decision process easier as time goes on. So don't worry if you're early in the process. The one thing that we do, if you are not necessarily ready to make an offer, if you see a home during this tour, the one thing that we usually do is we will give you more of an area, more of a bigger picture tour. So we won't necessarily be showing you homes that are active on the market and ready to go under contract.
So during the tour, you will find that there's going to be no sales pressure for you to buy. We don't expect that you're coming out and visiting Lancaster for the first time and you're going to buy a home. Often, many of our clients are years down the road from making this decision. And we want you to completely understand that we're not looking to pressure you in any sort of sales or anything like that, but just give you a general idea of the area here.
Our main purpose is to give you the information that you need to make a good decision. It is certainly not to pressure you in any way. It's more just to get to know you so that we can help you moving forward.
What can I expect after the tour, Annie?
Well, James, you can expect us to get you any additional information that you might need. You may say, hey, I really liked that one community that we drove through. Can you let me know if I'm allowed to have a grill on the patio there? In which case we'll go back and we will send you the rules and regulations and let you know the answer to your question. If you go see a new home community and you say, hey, I really want to know, is that lot number 156 actually available? Can I build the Winston model on it? You know, those kind of questions, we will follow up with you either by phone or email, or if you have another day or so that you're available for us, maybe we'll just set up a follow-up appointment for you to get more information that way. At the end of the tour, you may be a little bit information overload. We understand that. Of course, we'd love to hear your feedback as you're going through with James, but we usually try to follow up within a couple days to a week after your visit, after you've had time to digest, after you have time to talk with other people about it. To find out, you know, what your top community was, what your top couple communities were, and how you want to move forward. Again, we're not here to pressure you. We want to make a follow-up plan that is based on your timeline. So that's what the purpose of our follow-up call will be, to enter in our database so that we have a good understanding of what you liked and didn't like, and to also make a follow-up plan after that. Was there anything else you think we want people to know?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Well, thanks for watching.